Well, guys, that game was frustrating to say the least. So, I personally, I think I'm just from what I noticed, man, that looked like a coaching malpractice sort of game. It was way too conservative. And I get it. You have a freshman quarterback, you don't want to put him in bad positions, but like, and I get we have a great running game too. Don't get me wrong there, but it's man, that was frustrating. And I know it seems to be the common sentiment online as well. It was frustrating. I don't think there's any other way to describe it because I think that game was completely winnable. I said it on my Twitter as well, or my X account. The secondary play, the defensive play, was super frustrating all night long. Our cornerbacks, our secondary, continues to be very suspect, to be quite frank. I love our linebackers, our defensive line. Boy, I miss Mason Graham. I miss Mason Graham, man. But again, the defensive line is not what I'm completely concerned about, though they have some issues as well. I am concerned with our cornerback play. Not even so much with the safeties, but the cornerback play in particular, I'm very worried about. It seemed like Oklahoma was converting on like every third down. I don't know what the third down statistics were, but it seemed like, okay, every time they got into a third down situation, I just had a feeling that they were gonna convert it. And every time we got into a third down situation, we were gonna run it and we were gonna punt it. It was bad. I had so much faith from the last game of the play calling, and I'm not saying that, hey, Oklahoma's New Mexico, but I just, as a play calling standpoint, I was so excited. And then we get into this game, it looks like he forgot how to call an offense. I didn't understand it, man. And don't get me wrong, Bryce was sailing a few. He looked like a freshman quarterback at times, but you have to put him in position to succeed. And then I don't know if you guys noticed the little argument on the sideline as well. I don't put too much into that. I'm a former college football player, and things happen. They even dapped up and stuff later on in the game. So after that long run by Haynes, so I think that's just that those are two competitive people trying to win a game. And but I will tell you what, I love the fire that I see out of Bryce. He looks like a leader, man. He looks like a leader. And I don't put this on him. I put this on on the head coach for having all the restrictions on. And maybe it was Sharon Moore who put the restrictions on Chip Lindsey. Because last week it looked like he was dialing it up. And this week it looked like he didn't know how to call an offense. And I feel like you don't just forget how to call an offense. You're known for how good you are at calling offense. Maybe that came from the top. And I've said this consistently. This is dating back to last year, Sharon's first year. He doesn't, and I hate to say this, but he doesn't strike me as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? And I could be wrong. I'm not in the building. But you just felt a different energy with Harbaugh, right? It looks like Sharon is just more melancholy. Like, I don't know. There's something not right from what I'm seeing, but what can we do, man? Mateer, he played well. We didn't capitalize off of the mistakes. What are we going for field goals for, man? We know touchdowns are gonna win this game. Again, it was a frustrating game. I think Barham being out that first half definitely was it hurt us a little bit. I think we felt that. And then we came out swinging in the second half, but then it just all fell back on coaching. I'm sorry, I don't put this one on the players. I really don't. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, like, subscribe. But this was my initial reaction. Just frustrating on the play calling standpoint. And Wink needs to tighten it up. I don't know on the defensive side. I know he loves how deep they are and rotating players in, but I think, hey, you get your best ones out there and let them get in a flow. Because I knew when I was a player, I hated when I started getting in a flow and then I got taken out. Just something to think about. I don't know, but oh, guys, that was a winnable game. Those ones hurt the most when they're winnable. But next week we'll see what we can do. Obviously, the next 2 weeks we're going to be without Sharon. Let's see who the interim coach is and how they decide to run the team. I'm interested to see how they look. Because the one thing about Sharon, it just seems like he's way too conservative. It's either him or Chip Lindsey, but judging what I saw last week, it looked like he said, hey, open it up, and it looked good. And this week, he's playing his alma mater, and it just seemed like he was playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And that oftentimes comes back and bites you in the ass. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to try to do a more in-depth video tomorrow. I will be out all day, so we'll see. But again, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and please write in the comments what your thoughts are of the game, and let's discuss it. And maybe it's something I can take a look at as well for tomorrow. All right, bye.